I know this is a harder way to deal with that, the harder way to do that, because you have to go through the ugly experience of the feelings, the pressure, the crying, the sorrow, the pain. But there are times when you really need to be able to let that up and let it be released. In another video, I talked about how karma is like a garden. When you're chanting mantras, you want to create something. You want something new to happen. You want something different to happen. And that's great. But also in your garden, there are a lot of weeds, and the weeds are the karmic issues that you have. And you have to take the time to uproot those. And sometimes they may have very deep roots. So, the mantra, whether you do a mantra, whether you do a ritual, that's fine. But sometimes you need to allow yourself the time to release that karmic issue. And let me give you a good example. So just yesterday, I had like 24 hours of just a lot of pain. And it was just a pain that came up. Now, in all honesty, I'm not going to get into a lot of details about it because it's private. But I was participating, or I was doing certain activities that made me suppress my emotions. Just to give you a little information about myself, my father had passed away about 2 years ago. But prior to that, he really degenerated over a decade actually. He had a degenerative condition. I helped to take care of him as well as other members of my family. We had a caregiver as well. But when you go through something like that over a long period of time, it really does something to you. And then he did pass away. Thankfully, he's not experiencing any more pain, but it does something to you as a caregiver. And there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of sorrow, there's a lot of emotions. Then there are some other things in my life that I just haven't accomplished yet at my age, and that came up. And I had to take the time to allow that to come up and be expressed. Now, I still do prayers. I'm a person, as I said, I work with gods and goddesses. At the time that all of this happened, I've been doing a midnight prayer to the goddess. I've been praying and meditating and visualizing and things of that nature. And I continue to do that all throughout the process. And it didn't magically alleviate it, but I realized that I needed to go through this process because I've been doing things that have been really suppressing all of my emotions, and it was time to let them up. So since I stopped participating in certain activities that I was doing to suppress my emotions, they naturally came up. So sometimes you got to do that. And a lot of times we are, how can I put it? We act like everything is okay, right? I said this in a video where there were certain tasks that I really didn't like to do, but I was okay with it. It's okay. I'll do it. I don't really like it, but whatever, right? But during a particular time, I realized I really don't like doing this activity. I need to make a change, and I need to talk to my manager about that. I don't want to do this anymore. It just really became clear to me. So sometimes you have to listen to yourself. Now, when you go through this process of, releasing this karmic issue, this is not necessarily a Dr. Polite technique, but what I do is I identify it. What is it? It could be something that happened outside of you, right? A person said something, you discovered something, you read something, somebody made you upset, some situation makes you upset, like your bank account or the lack of money in your bank account, whatever it is. It is not your outward circumstance that's the problem. You are responding in it with this. You are responding to this somewhere up here in your mind, and you got some negative thinking that's going on. So sometimes you have to take the time, take the opportunity to find out what is driving this. Name it. What are you feeling? What's going on? What is it that you're thinking? And when I do that, and I do my prayers to any of the god or goddesses or whoever it is that I'm close to, I just let it out. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm feeling. I don't like this. It's painful. Why am I going through this? Even if I'm upset with the god and goddess and I feel like I've been chanting your mantra for a long time and nothing is happening, sometimes you gotta let that up, because sometimes it could be different kinds of feelings of lack of love, feeling of being abandoned, feelings, all kinds of stuff. It could be fears and doubts and things of that nature. And I really truly believe that you have to give that a name and allow that to come up. Okay?